Hey guys, and I'm going to be talking about the English department and the grades I received in the area of English at Central Catholic High School between 1996 and 2000. As you may all know, I always considered myself a television lover, film lover, Disney lover, cartoon lover, and always wanted to move to LA to work on TV and film, especially shows like Melrose Place and Full House and The Price is Right and so on. But when I was in Central, I had a thing called bullies. And they would tell me that I was a horrible writer. And they would tell me that not only because I was a horrible writer, because I wasn't a straight A student in English. Do you need straight A's in English to be a writer? A screenwriter for TV and film? No. Even a novel writer, you don't need straight A's. People write novels independently now without even having agents. They self-publish. So, here are my grades I believe I got each year in the English area, and my teachers, and just the fact that I wasn't a straight A student. So my first year, in freshman year, I had Mr. Hayes. It was level 3 because I had to go to summer school before freshman year because I scored 8th grade 6th month or something on the reading section. And I scored 9th grade or higher on the math. So because of that, I had to go to all level 3 classes that year. Level 3 math, level 3 reading, level 3 English, and no Spanish that year. So Mr. Hayes was the best, though. He was the best English teacher. I wish I had him every year I was able to get him. But sadly, freshman year was the only year I had him. He was the best. The grammar chants. Am, as I was, were, been, be, feel, like, appear, become, and seem. Who, which, what, that, how, when, where, why. I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they, me, you, him, or it, us, you, them, mine, yours, his, it's ours, yours, theirs. Those are the main grammar chants he did. The go tell it to Sweeney, or you fool, you'll kill us all. So that was Mr. Hayes. He was very funny, very good guy, one of the most energetic. Freshman year, we were doing mostly vocab. Every Friday we'd have a test. I think it was a 10-question test on like 20 words. Now, I remember it was very easy for me. I was getting like all hundreds. But I remember one week I was out of school Monday through Thursday. And it was not my doing. It was my parents' doing. Something happened that was dramatic. And I had to go away for a few days. I had no access to my studies. When I got back to school on Friday, we had the English exam. We had another vocab test. So I quickly started studying the words that morning. First period was the test. And I failed it. I had no access to the words the whole week. So my grade, first quarter, was a C. And in level 3 classes, a C was worth a 1.0, was it? Yeah, because the B was worth a 2.0, I believe. It was a lot lower in GPA. So my first quarter was a C. But then the second quarter was a B. And then the third quarter was an A. And then the fourth quarter was a B+. So no, I wasn't a straight A student in English. And then sophomore year, I had Mrs. Keefe. A lot harder than Mr. Hayes. A lot harder. Her vocab tests were sentence structured. And we had to choose the right word. So I ended up with borderline C plus Bs every quarter. First quarter C plus, second quarter B, third quarter B, fourth quarter C plus. And it was sad because I was made fun of in her class by so many of the guys. I should have been at least a B student in that class every quarter. But she was a good teacher, only I'd always tell her, why can't you just give us the word and we give you the definition, or you give us the definition and we give you the word, you know? It's easier that way. But, I had to learn sentence with the words, not just words and definitions. So with her, at least I was able to learn that. I never knew that before. And then junior year was Mr. Welch. I had a B the first quarter, B the second quarter, F the third quarter, and a B the final quarter. And the third quarter I had the F was because I didn't type my paper. I don't know, it was some kind of an essay we had to write. And the computers back then sucked, and printers sucked. And then I finally got it printed with the guy upstairs. I lived upstairs from my house. He made me print it on his printer, but I passed it in too late. So instead of getting a C for the quarter or a D, I ended up with an F. Because that quarter we had some kind of an assignment. It was on like some mountain climbing expedition thing, and it was very boring, the subject that we were reading. So I think I failed that section. That's why I ended up with an F that quarter. And then I was told, in front of everyone, when Mr. Welch said, "Who's a really bad writer? Who do you guys think is a really bad writer?" And then one of the guys in my class, one of my bullies, goes, "Inigory." And they all knew that I wanted to be a screenwriter and move to LA. That's how they treated me in Central. It hurt. Then senior year, I had brother Ernie, and he was the hardest. He was the hardest. We were reading about Beowulf. We were reading about King Arthur, Canterbury Tales, and I was getting C's in everything, and some D's too. We went to see some play in Lowell or something, and we had a test on that play as well toward the end of the year. I failed that too. I was like, it was a really boring play. It was really boring. It wasn't a musical. It was a boring play about like a court or something. I don't know. I hated it. So I ended up with mostly C's and C pluses in Brother Ernie's class. And then for the thesis term paper, I ended up with a D. But then when I went to Northern Essex, I did a term paper for my Intro to Complex class, and I ended up with an A. So, Central was hard compared to college. Because college, I had mostly B's in English. Very few C pluses, too. But I mean mostly B's. I was a B student in English. I wasn't an F student. I wasn't a D student. And I don't think I was a C student. I was mostly, if I had to grade myself in English, I was a B student overall. With all the grades combined. Finals, midterms, semesters, quarters. Okay, I wasn't the best writer. I wasn't like my ex-best friend Jessica. A brilliant writer. Novel, poetry writer. I'm a script writer, screenwriter. You don't need straight A's for that. You don't even need college for that. And then I almost got into the MFA for screenwriting. But since I didn't get in, I suck at writing, don't I? Almost got into the MFA at UCLA. Almost. I was one of 50 interviewed, and only about 25 get in, and most of them come from that professional program I was in, which people, like probably that guy in my junior history class, English class, bashed me for being a bad writer. He probably is doing this online to me, or one of them, most likely. Or someone that's like him thinks I'm a horrible writer. Oh, Sinacori's not good enough for the MFA. I had the MFA interview. That's Richard Walter said, if you get that, even if you don't get in, you're one of the best of the best. Then there was a CBS page, too. Getting that interview is very tough to get, and to get into that program is even tougher every year than getting into the MFA at UCLA. So you don't need straight A's to be a screenwriter or a writer in English. No, you don't. I was a B student in English mostly. All right, C plus B.